time to take command.
Oh, that's so true.
Yeah, so it kind of segues perfectly to, it came out yesterday. There was a report by Josina Anderson, and she's not just coming up with this stuff. So someone from Ashburn's feeding this to her. A lot of people thinks it's wrong, but basically it was saying that Josh Harris expressed a lot of concern about what's going to happen with ticket sales. The fact that we lost really, really embarrassing on national television, that we've had some sellouts, and what's going to happen. And there's been some pushback on Josh Harris saying, like, well, this is what you're concerned about. You know, fans are concerned about the product on the field, and they're hearing that the owner is concerned about ticket sales. What do you, if you hear that, what do you think?
Well, yeah, no. The first thing I'm thinking is, you watching the game? Like, are you? I mean, and I get it. You're a businessman, so you're looking at the bottom line and things of that nature. But I'm not priorities. That makes me think, and you know, you go from the preseason, you go from those early games where he's in the fans and he's in the stands and he's talking to the fans and doing all that, and that all looks great and everything. But I don't think anybody has been hesitant in saying we want one thing: we want a winner. Okay, I don't care about how many, you know, the ticket sales and how many people are coming. I don't care if we sell out a stadium back-to-back weeks. If we're not putting a good product on the field, forget that. You know what I mean? You have to. My concern with this is that people like yourself, people like me, people like Jack that have been around and are verbally said, I'm not giving them money. I'm not doing that to Dan Snyder because of how awful he was. Well, look, the honeymoon period is kind of over. We're 2-3 now. We've lost 3 straight games after barely winning the first 2. We could easily be 0-5, and you're worried about ticket sales. That's I would be more concerned with this had I not heard what one of the other owners, Magic Johnson, said, where he was more concerned with the play on the field. So that leads me to believe that maybe you got that, since it's the ownership group, Josh Harris is the guy that's about the business, the finances, boom, boom, boom. Magic is about win, win, win. This is why he's in here. So if that's how they're dividing it up, okay, I'm fine with that. But still, for Josh to come out and that's his concern is the ticket sales. I mean, I get it, the bottom line, but come on, man.
See, and I am not concerned about this at all, because I feel like he spelled out his playbook back in the summer, you know, and he even mentioned in the article, he said, not all of the minority or not all the ownership partners feel the same way. Essentially saying, you know, Magic behind the scenes has been vocal, but if you also notice, Magic was talking about the competitiveness and the fight in them. He's obviously concerned about wins and losses, but Magic's bigger thing was like, we embarrass ourselves out there. That's what they don't want to see. But I think they also recognize, hey, there's not much we can do right now on the field. We just need to let them play it out. And that's, I think, Josh Harris's his point. But also, you got to know who he is. And we saw this from Philly, or we heard this from Philly people saying he's a businessman first and foremost. That is what he's going to be concerned about. And winning is a part of that. But he said in August, you know, the honeymoon period only lasts so long. And we need to be doing good things to kind of keep the momentum going. And winning is a part of that. And I think what he's looking at is saying, you know, by having Redskins fans, Commanders fans in the attendance, the feeling of the building is a lot better than what it's ever been, because he's about to really feel it at the next home game. Philly comes to town. If we're, you know, 2 and 5. If we're, you know, 3 and 4, Philly fans are going to spend that money and take all those, and he's going to get a chance to see what it's been like in that stadium with that, you know, when the home team is a road team. And I think he's concerned about that and having the right type of attitude at the stadium and all that. So I'm not too concerned about it this year. Now, 2 years from now, if this is all he's still talking about, I'd be like, oh, geez, we got a guy who cares more about his pockets than he does. But right now, I really feel like they didn't fire Ron, they didn't force a fire Jack Del Rio, you know, after this game. They're like, y'all just play this season out. Changes are going to come in January of 2024.
Well, and they made a statement to say that they're not making any moves, and I like that they made that statement that they're going to stick with it because fans have a tendency to jump off the deep end after these type of games. I mean,
Yes.
this is sports. It's not just Washington. You know what I mean? But we are an exceptionally passionate bunch, yes. and when you do something you're not supposed to do, like give up 40 points to the winless Bears, then, you know, it's kind of frustrating. But this does bring me back to what Magic tweeted. Because one of the things Magic said coming in here was he's got rings at all the different major league teams that he owns, that he's a part of. He's got championships with that. So him saying what he said was huge. I mean, I thought that was paramount because that to me is saying, hey, look, you know, I like that, you know, they're over there. Josh is doing his thing, but I'm a winner. Point blank, period. I don't want to be a part of teams that aren't being successful. Right. So him saying that and coming out and saying that, which is something that's kind of different from the smiling, laughing Magic that you always see, him saying that and kind of just leaving it out there, that to me is kind of okay. Now I want to see, okay, what we're going to do. And if maybe he directs it to the players, maybe he directs it to the coaches, because like he said, they came out flat. That's on coaching. You know, that's on coaching to get you guys jacked up. But then, like my coach has always told me, and whenever I coach, I'd say, as a coach, you can do only so much. But once they strap up and get on the field, your hands are off. You can tell them what to do. You can tell them to play everything, but you can't get inside a player on the field in that certain situation. That's just what it is. So I like that Magic tweeted. And you know what? I like that both of them said their things. So that lets us know it's not just the tip like Dan Snyder last year. It is Josh Harris is focused on this because this is important. We need to focus on it. Magic made a point on this because, yes, it was very embarrassing. And we've lost the last 3 games. So, yes, I'm glad they're coming out and being open about these things. But like you said, just pump our brakes and let's just, we know they're going to be vocal. Let's go.
Completely. Yep, I agree.
But at the end of the day,
I liked it. It's Nick. You gotta give him his chance.
Okay. Are you good, Nick? You got it. There you go.
Dun, 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 dun.
Let's go. The Washington Commanders. There it is.